Okay, and we are live.
That was the teasingest lead-in I've ever had. Thank you. Sorry. Hello, and everybody. Welcome to this afternoon's 3 o'clock performance of Shaking Scenes. Scenes performed from cues only. Shakespeare scenes performed from cues only. We have a lovely new group here with you this afternoon, and we are going to be doing, it is 6 scenes, but we're running 2 of them together, which is a bit experimental, so we're hoping it's going to work. So who have we got today? We have Fergus, who is in the top corner of my screen. Lovely hat today, Fergus, like it very much. We've got Simon, who's looking very serious. Lovely to have you there. And we got Larissa, who's ready to be, I nearly called you Luciana. Sorry, I was looking at the 2 names together. And Ashley, who's looking very red and strong down in the corner, which is terrific. Siegfried, who is, where are you at the moment, Siegfried? I know you're in Paris, but you're, oh yeah, okay. We're back in LA, and we have the first of our 2 newbies this afternoon. We have Zarima. So welcome to the company. Zarima is performing her first scene with us, Cubase, today. So thank you very much. Lovely to have you here. We have Jerome, who is back. We missed you in Richard II, Jerome, but it's lovely to have you back now. And we have our second newbie. We have the lovely Ellie, who is joining us from the Scottish borders through the magic of the internet. Lovely to have you, Ellie, for the first time. And of course, we have the wonderful Ian. And we are extremely excited for Ian because he's had his first jab. Yes! So that's just really exciting because it's just, yeah, great. It's all happening. We're getting there, everybody. We hang in for the moment and we are all getting there. So these lovely people are going to be doing the scenes for you this afternoon. So company, I ask you to take a deep actor's breath and take yourselves off to our virtual tiring house, which is just cameras and mics off. And I will have a quick chat and call you when you are needed. There they are, they've gone. So for those of you who have or haven't watched us before, hello. My name is Lizzie. I'm Artistic Director for Scene Shakespeare. We are currently the only UK company who both perform and teach using the Shakespeare technique of cue-based acting. This means that the people that you have just seen on screen will be performing scenes for you this afternoon. They have prepared their own lines. They have made their character choices, but they have not rehearsed together. They have not heard each other's lines. Some people are going to be performing together today who have never met, so they have no idea what's coming. And you might say, well, why on earth do you perform like that? And the answer to that is it's as close as we can get to the way that plays were prepared and rehearsed. It's a word you've got to use really carefully in this context. In the Renaissance. So when Shakespeare's plays were written and those of his contemporaries, this is how they expected them to be prepared, that actors would not necessarily be working together and certainly not for an extended period as we expect now. So this is why we do what we do. We enjoy it. We know some about you out there enjoy it. It creates some interesting moments. And that's fun for all of us and also kind of scary. But then that's what keeps it very alive, which is what we all love. So we are getting onto this very quickly. Right, our donations link, as usual, is up there just next to our screen. The money comes to us, it goes into a pot. It is then periodically shared out between members of the company still experiencing significant financial hardship. And we know there's an awful lot of that around. We do appreciate that. If you are able to give us some money, then we do very much appreciate it. It's not expected, it is welcome, but we just want to do this anyway. We've been doing this for almost a year now, which is a bit amazing, and we do it because we want to, because it's very sort of healthy for us, and we enjoy providing new entertainment for anybody that wants to come and watch it. So please just watch and enjoy yourselves. Okay, that's enough of me talking. Let us call I'm going to call the first scene. So the first scene we're doing today is from Romeo and Juliet, and it's a regular old favorite of ours, although we haven't done it for a while. And this is the moment in the Romeo and Juliet epic story in which the 2 young lovers have met at the party. They've had their secret chat in the orchard. with Juliet, possibly on a balcony, maybe just at a window. You check your script, see what you think. And so they have this plan to marry the day after the party. We are now at the day after, and we are going to meet Juliet while she waits for Nurse to return. Nurse has gone out into the city to find Romeo and find out when or if there will be a marriage today. Because Juliet's not sure. So can I just check? So mic's on. Can I just check that we have Juliet and Nurse?
Yes.
Yes.
Ready? Good. And Peter, I can see you're ready.
Yep.
Fergus was born ready. This is so much fun. Okay, guys. So, Zarima, this is your first time. So as soon as I am gone, I will turn off my camera. That takes me off stage. Then you are free to come on and begin the scene in your own time. Okay? Enjoy, and I will see you on the other side. See ya.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour, she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's heralds should be thoughts, which 10 times faster glides than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over lowering hills. And therefore do nimble-pinioned doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind-swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 to 12 is 3 long hours, and yet she is not come. Had she affections and warm, youthful blood, she would be swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. But old folks, many feign as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh, God, she comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Send your man away.
Peter! Stay at the gate!
Now, good, sweet nurse. O Lord, why lookest thou sad? Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by telling them to me with so sour a face.
I am weary. Give me wild leave. See how my bones ache. What a chance have I had? Oh.
I would thou hast my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee. Good, I pray thee speak. Good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what hast? Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad?
Well,
Answer to that.
you have made a, a simple choice. You don't know how to choose a man. Romeo, not as though his face be better than any man's, yet his legs excels all man's, and for a hand, and a foot, and a body, though they be not to be talked on, oh, yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I warrant him as gentle a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. What have you did home? Huh?
No, but all this did I know before. What sayeth he of our marriage? What of that?
Oh, Lord, how my head aches. Oh, what a head have I! It beats as though it fall in 20 pieces. Oh, my back to t'other side. Oh, my back. Oh, my back. Beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jaunting up and down. Oh.
Faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet nurse, tell me, what saith my love?
Your love says like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and a warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother?
Huh?
Why, she's within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love sayest like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady dear, are you so hot? Marie, come I throw, is this the booties of my aching bones? Oh, henceforward, do you message yourself?
You're such a coil. Come. What sayest Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to Shrift today?
I have.
Then hie your hence to Friar Lawrence cell. There stays a husband to make you her wife. Now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet straight at any news. Hie to church. I must another way to fetch a ladder by the which your love must climb the bird's nest soon when it is dark. I am the drudge and toil in your delights, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go to dinner. Hie to the cell.
Hie to high fortune. Honest nurse. Farewell.
Well done, guys. Thank you very much indeed. Sorry. Honest giggles going on. Well done. You just never know. You never know what is gonna appear before your eyes when you do this. Excellent. So, concentrating. We are going to have a complete change of gear now. That was a lovely sort of light way to get us started off this afternoon. We're going to Richard III for a couple of scenes because that's just how it goes. We've got some serious stuff we've still got to deal with. And this is where we are going to attempt to run 2 scenes back to back. It should work absolutely fine. You should not even notice the join. It's just, that's a little bit of magic we're going for. So, right, where are we in Richard III? Well, we're most of the way at the end of the play. Basically, just about everybody who started the play is now dead. We have left Richard, who is king. We have his mother, the Duchess of York, and we have his widowed sister-in-law, still known as Queen Elizabeth Woodville. And the two ladies are determined to have a final showdown with Richard, who is on his way to what becomes the Battle of Bosworth Field, when he has to deal with the arriving usurper, young, one of the first of the Tudors, as it happened. So, sorry, I'm being distracted by the chat. Right, so we have a situation where Richard is at the head of his army, and he is literally stopped in the road by the ladies, the remaining women of his life, his mother and his sister-in-law. So, are we ready? Do we have our Richard, our Duchess, and our Queen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, as ever, guys, and Ellie, this is your first go, so just give it welly and have fun. If there's any problems, I will be here. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on the other side.
Who intercepts me in my expedition?
Oh, she that might have intercepted thee by strangling thee in her accursed womb, from all the slaughters, wretch, that thou hast done.
Hidst thou that forehead with a golden crown where it should be branded, if that right were right? The slaughter of the prince that owed that crown, and the dire death of my poor sons and brothers. Tell me, thou villain slave, where are my children?
Thou toad, thou toad, where is thy brother Clarence, and little Ned Plantagenet, his son?
Where is the gentle Rivers, Vaughan, Grey?
Where is kind Hastings?
Flourish trumpets, strike alarum drums. Let not the heavens hear these telltale women rail on the Lord's anointed. Strike, I say! Oh. Either be patient and entreat me fair, or with the clamorous report of war, thus will I drown your exclamations.
Art thou my son?
Aye, I thank God, my father and yourself.
Then patiently hear my impatience.
Madam, I have a touch of your condition that cannot brook the accent of reproof.
Let me speak.
Do then, but I'll not hear.
I will be mild and gentle in my words.
And brief, good mother, for I am in haste.
Art thou so hasty? I have stayed for thee, God knows, in torment and in agony.
And came I not at last to comfort you?
Oh, by the holy rood, thou knowest it well. Thou camest on earth to make the earth my hell. A grievous burthen was thy birth to me. Tetchy and wayward was thy infancy. Thy school days frightful, desperate, wild, and furious. Thy prime of manhood, daring, bold, and venturous. Thy age confirmed, proud, subtle, style, sly and bloody. More mild, but yet more harmful, kind in hatred. What comfortable hour canst thou name that ever graced me with thy company?
Faith, none. But Humphrey Hower, that called your grace to breakfast once, forth of my company. If I be so disgracious in your eye, let me march on and not offend you, madam. Strike up the drum!
I prithee hear me speak.
You speak too bitterly.
Hear me a word, for I shall never speak to thee again.
So,
Either thou wilt die by God's just ordinance, ere from this war thou turn a conqueror, or I with grief and extreme age shall perish and never more behold thy face again. Therefore, take with thee my most grievous curse, which in the day of battle tire thee more than all the complete armor that thou wearest. My prayers on the adverse party fight. And there the little souls of Edward's children whisper the spirits of thine enemies and promise them success and victory. Bloody thou art. Bloody will be thy end. Shame serves thy life, and doth thy death attend.
stay, madam. I must talk a word with you.
I have no more sons of the royal blood for thee to slaughter. For my daughters, Richard, they shall be praying nuns, not weeping queens, and therefore level not to hit their lives.
You have a daughter called Elizabeth, virtuous and fair, royal and gracious.
And must she die for this? Oh, let her live, and I'll corrupt her manners, stain her beauty, slander myself as false to Edward's bed, throw over her the veil of infamy, so she may live unscarred of bleeding slaughter. I will confess she was not Edward's daughter.
Wrong. Not her birth. She is a royal princess.
To save her life, I'll say she is not so.
Her life is safest only in her birth.
And only in that safety died her brothers.
Lo, at their birth, good stars were opposite.
No, to their lives, ill friends were contrary.
All unavoided is the doom of destiny.
True, when avoided grace makes destiny. My babes were destined to a fairer death, if grace had blessed thee with a fairer life.
You speak as if that I had slain my cousins.
Cousins indeed, and by their uncle cozened, of comfort, kingdom, kindred, freedom, life, whose hand soever lanced their tender hearts. Thy head, all indirectly, gave direction. No doubt the murderous knife was dull and blunt till it was whetted on thy stone cold heart, to revel in the entrails of my lambs. But still, that still use of grief made wild grief tame. My tongue should to thy ears not name my boys, till that my nails were anchored in thine eyes, and I in such a desperate bay of death, like a poor bark of sails and tackling ref, rushed all to pieces on thy rocky bosom.
Madam, so thrive I in my enterprise and dangerous success of bloody wars, as I intend more good to you and yours than ever you and yours by me were harmed.
What good is covered with the face of heaven to be discovered that can do me good?
The advancement of your children, gentle lady.
Up to some scaffold, there to lose their heads?
Unto the dignity and height of fortune, the high imperial type of this earth's glory.
Flatter my sorrow with report of it. Tell me, what state, what dignity, what honour can thou demise to any child of mine?
Even all I have. I and myself and all with I withal endow a child of thine. So in the lethe of thy angry soul thou drown the sad remembrance of those wrongs which thou supposest I have done to thee.
Be brief, lest that the process of thy kindness last longer telling than thy kindness date.
Then know that from my soul I love thy daughter.
My daughter's mother thinks it with her soul.
What do you think?
That thou dost love my daughter from thy soul, so from thy soul's love didst thou love her brothers, and from my heart's love I do thank thee for it.
Be not so hasty to confound my meaning. I mean that with my soul I love thy daughter, and do intend to make her Queen of England.
Well then, who dost the mean shall be her king?
Even he that makes her queen. Who else should be?
What? Thou?
Even so. How think you of it?
How canst thou woo her?
That I would learn of you, as one being best acquainted with her humour.
And wilt thou learn of me?
Madam, with all my heart.
Send to her by the man that slew her brothers, a pair of bleeding hearts. Thereon engrave Edward and York, then happily will she weep. Therefore present to her, as sometime Margaret did to thy father, stepped in Rutland's blood, a handkerchief, which say to her did drain the purple sap from her sweet brother's body, and bid her wipe her weeping eyes withal. If this inducement move her not to love, send her a letter of thy noble deeds. Tell her thou madest away her uncle Clarence, her uncle Rivers, aye, and for her sake made quick conveyance with her good aunt Anne.
You mock me, madam. This is not the way to win your daughter.
There is no other way, unless thou couldst put on some other shape, and not be Richard, that hath done all this.
Say that I did all this for love of her.
Nay, then, indeed, she cannot choose but hate thee, having bought love with such a bloody spoil.
It's one of those scenes. I'm really sad it's over. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ellie. Well done, Ellie. Thank you, joining us for that was a fabulous first scene from you. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of glad we're coming back to that play later this year, because every time we do a scene from it, it's like I see it all over again. Like every time it's new, and every time it just this is why we love Shakespeare. Right. So moving on to the next play before I lose the thread completely. We're going to Winter's Tale, which was our January play. If you happen to catch it. If you didn't, then our gallery is still up on our YouTube. Just click on videos. You'll find all the plays and all the scenes that we've ever done, basically still available there to watch. Right, so Winter's Tale. So from history into, well, fiction, I suppose. But we're going to another troubled court of a troubled king. We're going to meet Leontes, who is the king of Sicilia. And this is quite early in the play Winter's Tale. And basically what's been going on is Leontes is married to Hermione, and Hermione is very pregnant with their second child. And for 9 months in his court has been staying his best friend since childhood, King Polixenes of Bohemia. And everything has been absolutely wonderful. And then for an absolutely inexplicable moment, which is one of those things, every time we come around this story, it's like, why does Leontes suddenly conceives this extreme jealousy and suspicion regarding his wife and his best friend? And it is literally almost happens just in a moment, in a heartbeat. He goes from being the best friend and the best husband to being someone absolutely riven by jealousy and suspicion. Changes him completely. And so this is quite early in the story, and we're going to meet Leontes, who is about to have a conversation with one of his senior courtiers, the good Camillo. So Camillo and Leontes, can you pop your mics off and just tell me you're ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. As ever, as soon as I'm gone, the stage is yours. Let's see what happens next. Enjoy.
Why, that's some comfort. What? Camillo there?
Aye, my good lord.
Go, play, Mamilius, thou art an honest man. Camillo, this great sir will yet stay longer.
You had much ado to make his anchor hold. When you cast out, it still came home.
Didst note it?
He would not stay at your petitions, made his business more material.
Didst perceive it? They're here with me already. Whispering, rounding, Sicilia is a so forth, 'tis far gone when I shall gust it last. How came it, Camillo, that he did stay?
At the good queen's entreaty.
At the queen's behest. Good, should be pertinent, but so it is not. Was this taken by any understanding pate but thine? For thy conceit is soaking, will draw in more than the common blocks. Not noted is't, but of the finer natures, by some severals of headpiece extraordinary, lower messes, perchance, are to this business purblind, say?
Business, my lord. I think most understand Bohemia stays here longer.
Aye, but why?
To satisfy your highness and the entreaties of our most gracious mistress.
Satisfy. The entreaties of your mistress satisfy. Let that suffice. I have trusted thee, Camillo, with all the nearest things to my heart, as well my chamber counsels, wherein priest-like thou hast cleansed my bosom. I from thee departed, thy penitent reformed. But we have been deceived in thy integrity, deceived in that which seems so.
Be it forbid, my lord.
To bide upon it. Thou art not honest, or if thou inclinest that way, thou art a coward, which hoxes honesty behind, restraining from course required, or else thou must be counted a servant, grafted in my serious trust, and therein negligent, or else a fool, that seest a game, played home, the rich stake drawn, and takest it all for jest.
My gracious lord, I may be negligent, foolish, and fearful. In every one of these no man is free, but that his negligence, his folly, fear, amongst the infinite doings of the world, sometimes puts forth in your affairs, my lord. If ever I were wilful negligent, it was my folly. If industriously I played the fool, it was my negligence, not weighing well the end. If ever fearful to do a thing where I the issue doubted, whereof the execution did cry out against the non-performance, 'twas a fear which often infects the wisest. These, my lord, are such allowed infirmities that honesty is never free of. I beseech your grace, be plainer with me. Let me know my trespass by its own visage. If I then deny it, 'tis none of mine.
Ha! Not you seen, Camillo, but that's past doubt. You have, or your eyeglass is thicker than a cuckold's horn, or heard, for a vision so apparent, rumour cannot be mute or thought. For cogitation resides not in that man that does not think my wife is slippery. If thou wilt confess, or else be impudently negative, to have nor eyes, nor ears, nor thought, then say, my wife's a holy horse, deserves a name as rank as any flax wench that puts two before her troth plight. Say it, and justify it.
I would not be a stander by to hear my sovereign mistress clouded so, without my present vengeance taken. Shrew my heart, you never spoke what did become you less than this, which to reiterate were sin as deep as that, though true.
Is whispering nothing? Is leaning cheek to cheek? Is meeting noses, kissing with inside lip, stopping the carrier of laughter with sigh? Note infallible of breaking honesty, horsing foot on foot, skulking in corners, wishing clocks more swift, hours, minutes, noon, midnight, and all eyes blind with the pin and web, but there's one lead that would unseen be wicked. Is this nothing? Why then, the world and all that's in it is nothing. The covering sky is nothing. Bohemia, nothing. My wife is nothing, nor nothing have these nothings, if this be nothing.
Good my lord, be cured of this diseased opinion, and betimes, for 'tis most dangerous.
Say it be, 'tis true.
No, no, my lord.
It is, you lie, you lie. I say thou liest, Camillo, and I hate thee. Pronounce thee a gross lout, a mindless slave, or else a hovering temporizer, that canst with thine eye at once see good and evil, inclining to them both. Were my wife's liver infected as her life, she would not live the running of a glass.
Who does infect her?
Why, he that wears her like a medal, hanging about his neck, Bohemia. Who, if I had servants true about me that bear eyes to see alike mine honour as their profits, their own particular thrifts, they would do that which should undo more doing. I, and thou, his cupbearer, whom I from meaner form have benched and reared to worship, whom they see plainly as heaven sees earth and earth sees heaven, how I am galled. Mightest be a spice cup, to give mine enemy a lasting wink, which draught to me were cordial.
Sir, my lord, I could do this, and that with no rash potion, but with a lingering dram that should not work maliciously like poison. But I cannot believe this crack to be in my dread mistress, so sovereignly being honourable. I have loved thee.
Make that thy question and go rot. Doest think I am so muddy, so unsettled, to appoint myself in this vexation? Sully the purity and whiteness of my sheets, which to preserve is sleep, which being spotted is goats, thorns, nettles, tails of wasps, give scandal to the blood of my prince, my son, who I do think is mine, and love is mine, without right moving to it. Would I do this? Could man so blench?
I must believe you, sir. I do, and will fetch off Bohemia Fort, provided that when he's removed, your highness will take again your queen, as yours at first, even for your son's sake, and thereby for sealing the injury of tongues in courts and kingdoms known and allied to yours.
Thou doest advise me, even so as mine own course have set down. I'll give no blemish to her honour, none.
My lord, go then, and with a countenance as clear as friendship wears at feasts, keep with Bohemia and with your queen. I am his cupbearer. If from me he have wholesome beverage, account me not your servant.
This is all. Do it, and thou hast the one half of my heart. Do it not, thou splittest thine own.
I'll do it, my lord.
I will seem friendly, as thou hast advised me.
Oh, miserable lady. But for me, what case stand I in? I must be the poisoner of good Polixenes, and my ground to do it is the obedience to a master, one who in rebellion with himself will have all that are his, so too. To do this deed, promotion follows. If I could find example of thousands that have struck anointed kings and flourished after, I'd not do it. But since nor brass, nor stone, nor parchment bears not one, let villainy itself forswear it. I must forsake the court. To do it or no is certain to me a breakneck. Happy star reign now. Here comes Bohemia.
Yeah, we're going to leave it there. If you want to know what happened next, then by all means drop in and check out the video of the full Winter's Tale that we did in January. Oh, God. Again, I always forget what these scenes are like, and then you see them all over again through new people, and it's just awesome stuff. Wonderful stuff from those people. Right. Now then, last two scenes. Let's have a little change. Let's have a change of pace. Let's go to still a slightly conflicted scene, but let's go to Comedy of Errors, because why not? We are going to, this is a play we have not already done, and I guess maybe sometime next year we'll do it, depending how things go. This is one of those, this is the infamous Two Sets of Twins plays. If you've ever come across some Shakespeare and thought, which one is this? Two sets of twins. You got two Antipholuses, it is, and two Dromios. And the Antipholuses are the masters, and the Dromios serve the Antipholuses. And we have these two sets of twins who were separated conveniently when they were extremely small. One set have grown up in Ephesus, the other in Syracuse. Antipholus of Syracuse has come to Ephesus, this is where I get confused, has come to Ephesus to try and find his brother, but seems to have forgotten that he has a twin brother once he gets there, because he gets very confused by people thinking that he's someone that he isn't. And he keeps bumping into his servant who says he's not his servant, and very strange things go on. At this point, Antipholus of Syracuse is in the house of his brother, so Antipholus of Ephesus. And so they are, oh, please God, I'm getting this right. So Antipholus has been welcomed in by his brother's wife, who thinks that she's his wife. He knows he's not married to her, but she's got a sister. And so his behavior to his wife is not exactly what she would like and what the family like for a sort of quiet life. So we're going to meet his wife's sister, the sweet Luciana, or Luciana, depending, really doesn't matter. And we'll see if she can get any sense out of this Antipholus, who she believes to be her brother-in-law. So can I just check that we have Luciana and Antipholus? I can see you ready?
Oh, ready.
Yes, right. Okay, so good luck, guys. Have fun.
And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office. Shall, Antipholus, even in the spring of love, thy love springs rot. Shall love and buildings grow to ruinate? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake, use her with more kindness. Or, if you like elsewhere, do it by more stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thine own shame orator. Look, sweet, speak fair, become disloyalty, apparel vice like virtue's harbinger. Bear a fair presence, though your heart be tainted. Teach sin the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret false, what need she be acquainted? What simple thief brags of his own attain? 'Tis double wrong to truant with your bed, and let her read it in thy looks at board. Shame has a bastard fame well managed, ill deed is doubled with an evil word. Oh, alas, poor women, make us not believe, being compact of credit, that you love us, though others have the arm. Show us the sleeve. We in your motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wise. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine. Less in your knowledge and your grace you show not, than our earth's wonder more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open to my earthy gross conceit, smothered in error, feeble, shallow, weak. The founded meaning of your words to teach against my soul's pure truth. Why labor you to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, and to your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline. Oh, train me, not sweet mermaid, with thy note, to drown me in thy sister's flout of tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy gold hairs, and as the bud I'll take thee, and there lie in that glorious supposition. Think, he gains by death that hath such means to die. Let love being light be drowned if she sink.
What? Are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated, how I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sunbeam by.
Gaze when you should, and that will clear your sight.
As good to wink, sweet love, as look on night.
Why call me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister's sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself, mine own self's better part, mine eye, clear eye, my dear heart's dearer heart, my food, my fortune, my sweet hope's aim, my soul earth's heaven, my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is, or else should be.
Call thyself, sweet sister, for I am thee. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft sir, hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
I'm sure that's going to go really well. Sorry, that felt like a real tease because that went so beautifully quickly. Thank you so much, Fergus, Larissa. I wanted to call you Luciana again. That was beautiful. That just flitted by absolutely beautifully. Thank you. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, that's really going to work. That last line is always a little puzzler. She goes, right, I'll go and ask my sister and see if I can get her goodwill. It's like, really? How did, is she lying? Is this for real? It's a gorgeous puzzle, that one. Okay, well, maybe we'll find out next year what will go on. And so we have our last scene for this 3 o'clock sitting. We'll be back at 5 o'clock with a whole bunch more people and a bunch more scenes. So if you need some more Shakespeare, we'll be back then. But until then, we are going to go to Antony and Cleopatra for our final scene. So the great General Antony is away from his beloved Cleopatra at the moment. He is off doing his duty, being a good man, soldiering for Rome. Cleopatra is, well, not taking it well. I think if if this is what Cleopatra's like in lockdown, then I think we've all done pretty well to survive. So she is impatiently waiting for news of her Antony, and we will just have to see how she's getting on in her court. So can I just check that we have our Cleo? I can see it, yes, Cleopatra.
Yes.
Charmian, are you ready? It's a quick change for you.
Yes, ready.
Yes. We have a Mardian
Yep.
and an Alexis ready to arrive
Yeah.
from, yes, okay, lovely, right. So as ever, everybody, for the last time for this sitting, when I'm gone, you are on. Enjoy yourselves. Let's go to Egypt.
Charmian.
Madam?
Give me to drink, Mandragora.
Why, madam?
That I might sleep out this great gap of time my Antony is away.
You think of him too much.
Oh, 'tis treason.
Madam, I trust not so.
Thou, eunuch Mardian?
What's your highness' pleasure?
Not now to hear thee sing. I take no pleasure in aught an eunuch has. 'Tis well for thee that being unseminar'd, thy freer thoughts may not fly forth of Egypt. Hast thou affections?
Yes, gracious madam.
Indeed.
Not indeed, madam, for I can do nothing but what indeed is honest to be done. Yet have I fierce affections, and think what Venus did with Mars.
Oh, Charmian. Oh, where thinks he is now? Stands he or sits he? Or does he walk? Or is he on his horse? Oh, happy horse to bear the weight of Antony. Do bravely, horse. For what's thou whom thou movest? The demi-atlas of this earth, the arm and burgonet of men. He's speaking now, or murmuring. Where's my serpent of old Nile? So he calls me. Now I feed myself with most delicious poison. Think on me, that am with Phoebus amorous pinches black and wrinkled deep in time. Broad-fronted Caesar, when thou wast here above the ground, I was a morsel for a monarch. And great Pompey would stand and make his eyes grow in my brow. There would he anchor his aspect and die with looking on his life. How much unlike art thou, Mark Antony? Yet coming from him, that great medicine has with his tinct gilded thee. How goes it with my brave Mark Antony?
Last thing he did, dear queen, he kissed the last of many doubled kisses, this Orient Pearl.
Oh,
His speech sticks in my heart.
Mine ear must pluck it from thence.
Good friend, quoth he saith from Roman to great Egypt sends this treasure of an oyster, at whose foot to mend the petty present I will piece her opulent throne with kingdoms. Or the East, say thou, shall call her mistress. So he nodded, and soberly did mount an arm-gaunt steed, who neighed so high that what I would have spoke was piously dumb by him.
What, was he sad or merry?
Like to the time of the year, between the extremes of hot and cold, it was nor sad nor merry.
Oh, well divided disposition. Note him, good Charmian. 'Tis the man, but note him. He was not sad, for he would shine on those that make their looks by his. He was not merry, which seemed to tell him his remembrance lay in Egypt with his joy, but between both. Oh, heavenly mingle, beest thou sad or merry, the violence of either becomes thee. So does it no man's elf. Metst thou my posts?
Aye, madam. 20 several messengers. What do you send so thick?
Who's born that day when I forget to send Antony? Shall die a beggar, ink and paper? Welcome, my good Alexis. Did I, Charmian, ever love Caesar so?
Oh, that brave Caesar.
He choked with such another emphasis. Say the brave Antony.
The valiant Caesar.
By Isis, I will give thee bloody teeth, if thou with Caesar paragon again, my man of men.
By your most gracious pardon, I sing, but after you.
My salad days. When I was green in judgment, cold in blood, to say as I said then, but come away, get me ink and paper. You shall have every day a several greeting, or I'll unpeople Egypt.
And I definitely believe her. Thank you, Ashley. That was a wonderful, wonderful scene to take us out on for this afternoon's. Right, cast, can I have you please back onto the screen, just so we can say a great big thank you and absolutely wonderful moments from all of you. Always, it is such an honor and a privilege. Sounds rubbish, but it's true. It is such an honor and a privilege that you guys come and you do this. And everybody, you absolutely knocked it out of the park today. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well done, Zarima. Well done, Ellie. Well done, truly. Now part of the family. Yeah, you're in the crazy gang now. So lovely to have you here. Thank you all so much. That was so much fun. Right, I'm going to sign off quickly now. We will be back at 5 o'clock this afternoon with more scenes, as I said. So please join us then if you can. Otherwise, we will not be live next week. But again, our gallery is there. If you get the Shakespeare withdrawal symptoms, then we're there. But we will be back in 2 weeks' time on March the 14th at 3 p.m. And we are going to be continuing the story of the histories that we began 2 weeks ago. So Richard II, which we finished with Henry Bolingbroke becoming king. We're now going on to Henry IV, part 1, and see how it works out for Bolingbroke as king. So that's going to be fun. So if you're able to join us in 2 weeks, we'll see you then. Otherwise, to the cast on screen, once again, I thank you all very much. To all of you, keep yourselves and each other safe. To those of you out there, please continue to keep yourselves and each other safe. And have a good time until we all meet again. All right. So Dewi, who's been in charge of running our stream for us today, thank you very much. So a clap for the technician, and please take us off the air. Guys, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.